So if there's one question and problem that we've faced as an organization more than anything else, it's when a mom or dad walks up and says, help, I've got a young person. I need to launch them into life. I've got a teenager. What do I do?
And the millennial generation isn't doing well.
Right.
Front page, Atlantic Magazine or Newsweek or Time, they're reminding us this generation is not prepared. Mm-hmm. They're the laziest generation, they're the least prepared generation. They're starting with the most debt of any previous generation, and it just seems that we've got to do something different. We've got to provide a plan B. We've got to put some time and effort into the next generation and disciple them, mentor them into what God wants them to do with their lives.
The basic foundational verse for this curriculum is walk with wise men and you will be wise. And the rest of the verse doesn't say, and it really doesn't matter who else you hang out with. The rest of the verse says, but a companion of fools will suffer harm. So there's a contrast here. It's not just coast along, you'll be okay. It's coast along with fools and you'll suffer harm. This course is designed to teach you what it means to walk with wise men. Regardless of whether or not you do college or trade school or any form of education, you have to get mentors. You have to get mentorship. So this is not a replacement necessarily. This is a must to integrate with any form of education. How do I get a mentor? How do I network? How do I find someone who can help me? How do I establish the relationship? How do I make the relationship work for him and for me? And how do I bring value? So the sections cover, first of all, the foundations of mentorship. You talk about is character preeminent or not? You talk about relationships and life integration. The next section considers calling and vocation. What does God want out of my life? Next one is Eric Weir talking about planning and goal setting. The mechanics of mentorship. Getting started in mentorship, how to network, how to find a mentor, how to be persistent, how to make a good first impression, asking questions, the 7 steps to your first meeting, how to be a good mentee like we were just talking about, how to accept criticism, finding the perfect opportunity. So these are the very, very kinds of practical life skills that young men and young women all need to learn, regardless of what they do in life. And so there's 29 different training sessions. Each training session is accompanied with a workbook section as well, where kids go through, do some fill in the blanks to make sure they're paying attention. And then at the end of each chapter, first of all, there's self-evaluation questions. This is to really help young people think through the content and apply it to them, internalize it mentally. And then the next section is life application assignments. So we don't want kids just going through this and feeling all warm and fuzzy. Yeah. We want them taking action on each of the different concepts that are covered. Then the book concludes with what we call My Kickstart. And My Kickstart is really a personal launch planner. It takes all of the concepts covered throughout the curriculum and breaks it down into very bite-sized, understandable, achievable, step-by-step a pathway to help students say, okay, here's my goal, here's what I need to know to accomplish that goal, who are the men in my life that God has already placed in my community who can help me know and learn what I don't know, and then what are the opportunities wherein I can take that wisdom, apply it to real life, and develop the character, knowledge, and skill that I need to be the kind of young man or young woman God wants me to be to fulfill the calling He has on my life.